Hi everyone, this is Tony Shea from digitalradiomarketing.com. In this SEO analysis session, we are going to take a look at Special Operations Warrior Foundation. So Special Operations Warrior Foundation is located in Tampa, Florida. It is a non-profit organization founded in 1980s. Its aim is to provide support and assistance to active and reserve personnel serving in the U.S. Special Operations Command. Now, when we took a look at their website, and as always, the first thing that I like to do is to check whether it's a WordPress site or not. And as you can see, when I type in wp-admin in their URL right after their root domain, it doesn't. The admin page doesn't come up. So this tells me that this website is not based on WordPress. So then we move on to take a look at the number of pages the website has by sending a crawl. We use software called Screaming Frog, and it came back with about 1,000 pages. Now when we use the search operator, the site search operator on Google, we found about 4,000 pages. So there's a large discrepancies here, and that tells us now all the pages are linked, because when we send the crawl software to its homepage, it didn't find as many pages as Google did. So the next thing that we want to do is to really just go to Google and take a look at what sort of pages, like the URL structure and what kind of pages that Google found. And one thing that stood out was that they have a news subfolder with all this number as their variable. Well, it's actually it's static, seems like, but it's not really descriptive, and it's really wasted because they have this title here, and it seems to be something a quite descriptive news. It's a nice content to be index and ranking for some keywords, yet their URL is not really optimized. And we can really just narrow down and see by typing in URL search parameter and type news, and that comes back only 24. So this is okay. Here we go. So you can see there's 1,000 results just for the news subfolder. So obviously a lot of this subfolders are not linked, because again, when we send the crawl, we only found 1,000, and when you take a look at the details of that result, you can see not every one of them is news, obviously. So a lot of these news related pages are not linked. And not only that, when we actually sort it based on the status code, there quite a lot of them have 302. So this is somewhat of a concern in a sense that what if someone is creating a lot of backlink to these pages? I mean, all those pages are being redirected using 302 rather than 301. So all this link juice, if any of these pages has, then they are wasted. They are not getting passed to the destination page. So that's just something to point out. But really, we need to spend more time to dig a little bit deeper what is going on here. And as you can see on the screen here, it's a members subdirectory. So it is likely that these are the pages that they want to block from Google, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. So obviously more time needs to be spent to find out what is going on. But since this is a really basic analysis, we're not going to dig deeper in that sort of direction. Okay, so again, just sum it up for this section here, total pages on the site. It seems like a lot of these news page are not linked within the site structure. So they are not getting crawled by the crawl software that we use. Now let's move down to the checklist here. So the next thing that stood out really is the number of 302 redirects. And this we kind of just pointed out just now. There are quite substantial number of 302. And again, this needs quite a bit of, needs to spend more time to find out why 302 is used instead of 301. Then moving on, 404. Again, this is similar issue. When you have 404, if there are backlinks to any of this page, in this case, there seems to be some of them image. But for example, this one, if there are backlinks that's linking to this page and you are sending it to 404, you're wasting it. So you should really use 301 and redirect to some other page. And again, some extra time is needed to find out whether there are backlinks coming to this page. And one of the website we can use is Majestic. And it's just as simple as doing this, and it seems like this page doesn't have any backlinks, so that's good. But at the same time, from user-friendly perspective, if there's a backlink, someone comes to this page and they're seeing 404 rather than some useful page, then that's really not ideal. And while I'm talking, I noticed that this is using a capital, capitalize P rather than using a small p, and that isn't really ideal because that means there could be two different versions of duplicate content, two different versions of the same page when you use large cap and small cap. So that's just something to point out. And again, we can come back here really quickly, just take a look, see if there are pages that are using large cap and small cap. And I do see, so bicycle ride, these are all large cap. And let's do something interesting here. So what if we change this to a small cap? Still comes up. So, this could potentially be a duplicate content. And if someone say mistype the URL and start building backlink to that mistyped, so to speak, the smaller cap rather than large cap URL, then you are losing all those backlink, because first of all, you are now doing 301 redirect to one version. Obviously, there's no redirect I can see. And then when we take a look at the source code, canonical, so there's no canonical tag implemented. So this could potentially be a large issue. So ideally, this should be 301 redirect to just one version and stop using the large cap URL. So that's something that we just found out here while I'm browsing through going through the list of checklist. Okay, any 500 errors? Okay, it says yes. So that means there's something wrong with the server. It could be server issue. So that's something to be taken care of as well. Now moving on to key SEO elements. So title, number of title over 65 characters. That's 420. So as you can see here is one example here. It's getting cut off. So ideally it should be less than 65 or even less than 60 ideally, because Google is keep changing the way they are showing on the search results. So the shorter the better. That's how what we recommend. Ideally 60 or even 55 characters in case Google change their policy again and it becomes, now they're displaying shorter characters. The meta description 520. Wow. So you should have descriptive meta description. I mean, this is not ranking factor for Google, but still, when someone search for your site, they will really want to see something descriptive so that will entice them to click on it. And a lot of pages don't have that, seems like. And then a lot of pages are missing H1. Some missing H2. So H1 is a really important component for ranking factor. So ideally that should be fixed. and that will probably boost quite a bit of the sort of ranking element and help ranking for more keywords. Then moving on to other SEO considerations, page load speed, 5 seconds, it's not as fast as we would like to see. And using the Google page speed, 56 and 48 out of 100. So again, this is not really the kind of number we want to see. Ideally, 70 or even 80. And then is the site responsive? It is not. And we can actually check it right now by using this web developer plugin. And I love this plugin. You can get it for free on Chrome or Firefox. So just go to resize and view responsive layout, and you will get to this page like that. And obviously it's not responsive. So something to point out, Google recently launched, they are still in testing phase, so to speak, but mobile friendly notices. So obviously Google is taking notice of websites that are mobile friendly. And if it is mobile friendly by having a mobile site or responsive design, then Google will show mobile friendly icon like this on search result. And that really emphasizes that ideally every website out there, they should start using responsive, or they should have a mobile site so that Google will treat it as mobile friendly. And so there are so many people using a mobile device to browse the websites these days now. So being mobile friendly is really important. So that's something to think about. And then there's no data markup and no schema code. There are some PDF files, so there's opportunity to optimize these PDF files. And schema code, obviously, it's nice to have feature, and if you're using WordPress, there are plugins that allow you to easily do that. But since this site is not WordPress, maybe some developer time will be required to add schema code. So that's sort of the brief overview of this website for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. And we started offering a $99 per month unlimited SEO consulting service. So we can really dig deeper into each of these elements that we found here if you sign up for the service. And what we provide is, when you sign up, we will do a basic site audit. So this is really a tip of the iceberg. We will do a more thorough sort of audit for your site and find out if there's any potential issues, and then we can dig really deeper into individual issues and provide you with actionable recommendation that you can fix those. And it's unlimited SEO consultation. So obviously, we can deal with one issue at a time and then walk through every single issue that your site has, and that can really take care of your SEO issues on your site. So that's it for this time. Thank you for watching or listening if you download it as a podcast, and I'll see you in the next one.